in a small town down in Arkansas, where the river flows. There's a man with a passion that everybody knows.
Howdy, howdy everybody. Welcome to HT's EDC. Coming at you indoors this morning. It is one of those mornings where I just could not sleep, and the dogs a little bit last night. He was all over the bed and wanting to go out, and he was ready for his day to get started, so I guess that meant I was ready for mine to get started. But anyway, we have this big hunk of humanity that is taking a break from her squirrel duties right now. I believe it was one of David, one of my online friends here, David, the other day said that it looked like Abby needed a little bit of a break from all of her squirrel protection duties. Well, David, here you go. She is definitely getting a break, and this morning, and getting her a little siesta in while we shoot this video. But anyway, how's everybody doing? It is Friday. We have made it once again. Hope you guys have got some big plans for your weekend when y'all get out of work today, or if you're working today. But wishing y'all guys a great weekend in advance. But today is another part 2 video in my refurbishing, restoring. It's kind of becoming my little thing now on this channel. It's something I have always enjoyed doing, and I am just, I guess, more so looking for opportunities to save these old knives. Well, let me not say saving old knives. You know, somebody's already doing that, and they do it a heckload way exponentially better than I'll ever dream of. But I do have an eye, I believe, for knives that others have kind of cast aside, and they've gave up on them and said that their better day has passed them. And I'll look at that knife, and I'll look at it through a different lens, and like, that knife just needs a chance. It still has a story to be told, and that's what I'm for. That's what I'm here for, to get those knife stories told, and let those knives speak once again. Yeah, I can't stand to just see a knife, you know, that still has a lot of life in it, that people, you know, someone's just quit on and cast aside. Well, that's where I come in. I see those knives. I think I do have a little bit of an eye for it, and I swoop in and pick them up, you know, buy them if I need to buy them, trade for them, what have you. Some of them are given to me like, hey, you want this pile of heap, HT? Yes, I do. But anyway, regardless, bought, trade, gift, what have you, we get after them and see what we can do with them. But anyway, today we have our part 2 video of our Kabar 1184, and something that is very new pattern, is very new to this channel, that I'm, you know, kind of trying out for the first time, are folding hunters. You've probably never seen me do folding hunters on this channel before. Yeah, you're right. It's another folding hunter, and I love them, and yeah, pretty unapologetic about it. It is a fantastic pattern. I gravitate to them. Yes, I am. Somebody's like, well, HT, what about the canoe crew? You just forgot all about the canoe crew with these folding hunters. the canoe is still my favorite small-ish knife. Now listen to my words. It is still my favorite small-ish knife. I do love the canoe. Nothing has changed about that. I still have them, I still tote them, and I still love them. I am still the, Aaron calls himself the Don of the Muskrat Mafia. I don't know what that would make me a crew leader for the canoe crew, but that is still all intact. But I have always, my number one love, historically, from the time I started, again, from the time I started in knives. Remember a few videos back, I did a nostalgia video. One of the knives that I found at my last gun show was an old Gerber Gator. This one was all blacked out, really unique Gerber Gator. But the Gerber Gator lockback was the knife that started all this for me. So my first love and first passion, and it has not changed, has been for the big lockbacks, the big boys. And now it's, folding hunters. The Buck 110 is a folding hunter. These guys that I'm fixing to show you are folding hunters. The Gerber Gator is a folding lockback, so I wouldn't really call it a folding hunter, but you get the idea. You get to where the passion, what started it all for HT and where we are now. My point is this: I am a big knife guy, unapologetically, and always have been. So the canoes have their places, the copperheads have their places. My numero uno passion, what gives me the fizz, is big boys. And so, without further ado, we have another big boy. And this is, get my lanyard out of the way here. This is my Kabar 1184 that you guys may have saw the other day. And what do you guys think? These bolsters, the last little wipe here. You see I almost saw my reflection there. Go ahead and get this thing open for you. And if you remember, if you're watching this and you haven't watched my part 1 video, shame upon you. You need to hop over there, hit pause here, and come back to it and go check out that part 1 video. But if you did watch that video, you will know that both of these blades had some spots of rust. And right here on this blade, if I could turn in that light, do you see right there? Well, that was a big black, rust spot on this clip point blade, and it did just leave just a little bit of peppering right there. It's about tip of your pinky finger size. I have to turn it right in that light, but right there. Still have a little peppering mark on this blade, but we got rid of the red rust. And what do you guys think of those blades? Well, I say blades. Well, we got to get a second one to be blades, correct? Let's do that. And for the second blade, we had a spot, and there it is. About the same spot, kind of close to the same spot on down the blades of each of them. But if you can see right here, about the same size again. To kind of turn it in the light, there is an ever so, right there is pretty good. Little spot of peppering on there. We've got rid of the red rust. Obviously, we have polished these blades up, and they look a lot better than they did. kind of give you all a look down here in this blade channel. All the brass. We're back. We got that brass looking good again. And do we have snap back in these knives? That was the main problem with these knives, is if you remember my part 1 video, I was having to just crank on these things to open them and close them. They had no detent closing. They had no snap opening. Well, let's see. That was the main problem. And the thing I was worried most about these knives. Let's see how we did. Let's try our clip point. Get here to our 30%. And if you hear me talk about 30%, like, what the heck is he talking about? 30% what? 30% is, we're talking about really 30 degrees percent. When a blade is going to close at the about the 30% mark, obviously here would be 50. If you had a half stop, that would be half open, that would be 50%. And somewhere right between the middle of that, right in here would be, 25 or 30. Well, that is where detent's supposed to take over. If your detent is perfectly tuned, somewhere around the 25, 30% mark here is where this thing is supposed to, the detent is supposed to catch in a knife and suck it closed. So let's see what we got. Wow. Was that 30%? Might be a little late detent. Let's try it again. I would say right there, that's probably 25, 30%. And we have to go to maybe 20, 25% before that catches. But did you guys heard that? No problem there. If I had my finger there, I would be in trouble. Let's try this other blade. Same thing. Roughly, that's probably 35. Let's say 30, somewhere in here now. This is about 25%. This is about where somewhere you really want your detent to start catching if it is like perfectly tuned. And whop. These may be a little late. This is an old knife. They may be right at maybe 20%, 20 to 25% before that detent is catching them. But buddy, when it does, you just heard it. Let's try them going into full open. See what this big boy will do. No problem. Pretty good. There we go. And third time. Nice. That's our clip point. Get some good audio on these big blades, huh? Let me get this Skinner blade back open. And this was kind of my problem child. This Skinner blade, it was really, it really had no walk and talk, no snap whatsoever. This is the one that worried me. Let's see what we've done here. There we go. We have came back. Yeah, just as good as the clip point. And nice. And back home. Right there's probably 25. And yeah, right around 25% that detent catches, and we are coming home. But anyway, what do you guys think? Added this little lanyard. We have Stagalon. This is Stagalon covers, if I hadn't told you, and if you guys hadn't figured out, that is faux stag. It is a composite made to look like good old stag, and I have trimmed it out with some stag. Little lighter color leather here to kind of go with this cream right up here on the ends of this knife. I went with a lighter, a little bit of a creamier, light tan piece of leather here, and we have an HT harvested piece of stag for a lanyard bead. So yeah, what do you guys think? We have a winner chicken dinner on the old Kabar 1184. 1,000%. 1,000. See, it is early. I'm on a Coke Zero. I haven't even got on my morning coffee yet, so just grabbed a Coke this morning. But the Kabar 1184 folding hunter, like I say, if you've checked out my part 1 video, this is not my toughest restore of all time. There, I didn't do anything superhuman to this one. It did have pretty good bones, but I am very tickled of where we are now. This is 1,000% ready to be put in a sheath, and which I will. And this big boy, big bad USA carbon steel, it's got all the glory. We got the carbon steel, it's Americana, it's big, it's bad, it's bodacious, and soon to now be going in the big guy's pocket. You guys like it, I love it. That is the Kabar 1184, my part 2 video. And I thank you guys for watching it. God bless you. And we're going to let you go. Drop me something down here in the comments. Tell me what you think, what you like, what you don't like. If you think that is, if it turned out great, if you think it turned out terrible, just be respectful. That's all I ask. We like banter, and I have this much problem with constructive criticism. I believe constructive criticism can only make us content creators get better. So I am not a snowflake that if somebody criticizes my work, I'm going to get all hot and bothered and, bash you, block you on here or something. Keep it respectful. If it is constructive criticism and it's coming from a good place, I got no problem with it. But we also like the pat on the backs too. So, if you think we did a good job, we don't mind hearing that as well. But anyway, folks, I enjoyed bringing this to you. I'm really enjoying these restores. There will be more of it coming. I am actively keeping my eye open for them. My radar is up. So, yeah. We will see more in the future. We love you. Thank you for stopping by, and we're going to see you on the next one. HT, Miss Abby, we are out.
Buck knives gleaming under that old porch light. He'll tell their stories deep into the night. Reviews and torture tests, it's a sight to see. HT's EDC. Live